These are the 5 steps I recommend you take as you learn to shadow spar.
Step 1. Learn a decent amount of fundamentals.
Now, what a decent amount is can be really subjective.
For me, I think a good rule of thumb is knowing a few basic attacks, a few basic defenses to those attacks, and a few variations of footwork.
It goes without saying that you can't really learn to shadow spar if you're not quite sure how to move just yet, right?
Step 2. Mix up your movements and play around.
Now take your basics with you and start mixing them up.
Play with some variations between your footwork, your defensive maneuvers, your offensive maneuvers. Get comfortable with all the different movements and switching between the different techniques. The intention here is to develop the fluidity and flow from technique to technique.
Take your time with this step and maybe even go back to step 1 to really hone your familiarity with all the different movements, then come back here and explore again.
Step 3. Imagine having an opponent.
Okay, now we get to the actual shadow sparring. Do the same thing as step 2, but this time visualize having an opponent. And you can try this in 3 phases.
In phase 1, you just want to imagine someone standing there or maybe mildly moving around. Visualize his position and move towards and away from him with your footwork. Enter with your strikes and imagine them making contact. In phase 2, you want to do the opposite. Imagine your opponent going on the offensive. Visualize your opponent executing those strikes you've been learning and respond to them with your defenses. Make sure you're maximizing the space and really moving around. This is important to really develop the coordination and dynamics of footwork and striking. Now for phase 3, you'll want to mix it up between the two. Attack, defend, and maybe even imagine him throwing an attack midway through some of your moves and then making a sudden adjustment.
Again, take your time with this and maybe even cycle through again step 1 and step 2 to really develop that familiarity and add to your movesets.
Step 4. Actual sparring.
Now for the 4th step, well, now you actually have to spar. The thing is, most of the visualization you've been doing so far has been informed by imagined dynamics and imagined movements. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, we're still learning to be familiar, but now we want to be a bit more accurate with how we depict combat dynamics. We want to experience what pressure feels like and what unpredictability feels like. That way we can use that and inform our shadow sparring and how those things might affect our movements.
Grab a training partner, some safety equipment, and agree on what format of sparring you'd be comfortable with. If you're training for sport, you'll want to make sure you're familiar with the technical rules of the format you're playing in. And if you have access to a coach or third party who can supervise this learning experience, that would be even better.
We want to minimize injury and maximize learning in this phase.
And now, repeat the cycle all over again.
Step 5 is to go back to step 1 and repeat the cycle all over again.
Once you've gained some sparring experience, you'll want to take those learnings with you and use them to inform how you practice your basics, how you mix them up, and how you visualize your opponent. And then do more sparring.
Shadow sparring and actual sparring are, in my opinion, 2 sides of the same coin. They supplement each other and they complement each other. Personally, I think it's worth alternating between these 2 drills to really develop yourself as a fighter or athlete. So that's today's video. I do hope you got something out of this. Comment below your thoughts. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters for helping me produce these videos.
You can support this channel and get behind the scenes content like videos of me doing full rounds of shadow sparring without cuts and edits through my Patreon page. I'll put a link in the description box below.
Keep training, keep learning, keep exploring, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.